Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to cover application program interface creation using Flask. So this tutorial covers everything from scratch, starting from Python installation to create a simple API with login credential. So in this tutorial, I'm going to cover all these concepts through 5 sections. In the first section, we'll start from Python installation to Flask, installation of Flask and other needed app. So at the end of the first section, you'll be able to create a simple API creation with a simple message like this. In the second section, you'll be able to create a simple web page connection. In the third section, you'll be able to connect a simple calculator app using Flask. And in the fourth session, you'll be able to create a login page. And in fifth section, you will learn how to create a database, how to connect it with the database packages and Flask. And then finally, in the last section, you will learn how to connect the front end and back end. And at the end of the sixth section, you'll be able to create a simple login credential page by connecting your front end with your database. So let's get started with Python installation. So you have to install Python from the Python official website. So once you install Python, you have to open your terminal window. So if you use Windows, you can just open your Windows PowerShell. If you are using other OS, just open the terminal windows to check the Python installation. So here, if you type Python or Python 3, it should give you the installation details. So right now my current version of Python installation is 3.6.6. So if you get this, then you have successfully installed Python in your system. Okay, so if you have to exit this, then in Windows you have to use Ctrl Z, enter. Okay, if you are using Linux or Mac OS, then you have to exit by pressing Ctrl D. Okay, so now let's get started with the folder and environment creation. So first you have to create a directory where you want to create a new folder. You have to go to that and you have to copy that address, and then in your terminal window, change to that directory. So here in this folder, I'm going to create a new folder for this app. So make directory command, and I'm going to create a new folder and name it as API. So if I check my folder, I can see I have a folder. API folder is created here. Okay. So the next step is you have to create an environment. So the environment is something like if you're working on a particular project, what are the packages that you need? You can keep all those packages separately. You can separate your packages, project packages from the other installation. So that, for example, in this particular project, if I need particular version of Flask, and after a few years, if the Flask is getting updated in the other project, if I am using some updated version of Flask, I don't want that updated version to affect this particular app that I have created, the outdated app. So for that particular reason, we have to keep the packages separated. Okay, so by creating a virtual environment for each folder, for each project, we can do that. So first we have to create a virtual environment. So right now we are in the API folder. So there I'm going to create an app, virtual environment. So Python so this one should create a virtual environment. So first you have to change to the directory that we have created. For that we have to give this command change directory to API, the folder that we have created. So now we are inside this directory. So now we have to give the command so with this command we have created a folder, virtual environment folder called env. So if you check the folder, the newly created folder, API folder, then you can see the folder for the environment is created and named as env. The venv command will create the virtual environment. So next step, we have to activate that virtual environment. So if you give the command the folder name, inside the folder name, inside the scripts folder, we have to give this command env scripts activate. So this command will activate the virtual environment. So you can see after this command, you can see I'm inside that new virtual environment that I have created for this project. So if it is Windows, you have to give this command, the folder name scripts activate. But if it is Mac or other OS, then you have to give this command source the environment folder and then bin activate. So this should be the command. But if it is Windows, you can use this command. So now we are in the package. So now we are ready to install whatever package that we need to work on this project. The first thing that we need is Flask, because we are going to create this API using Flask. So let's install Flask in this package. So pip install Flask command will install the current version of Flask. So once we successfully install the Flask, so you will see this, all the packages, we have installed all the packages in the environment. So next thing, we have to create a folder for this app. So for that, in the same level, for example, so we have created a virtual environment, right? So here inside the same level, this environment, in that same level, we have to create a separate folder for this app. So I'm going to do it manually here. So here I'm creating a new folder and I'm naming this folder as app. So inside this app folder, we have to create a package for this app API. Okay, so always when you're importing some package, you will be importing this /init/that this file holds the package. Okay, so it is considered as a package. Whenever you import some package, you are importing this thing. So to make our app as API, first we have to create a package for this so that we can use our own package in our API application. Okay, so first we have to create our own package. So we have created an app folder. Inside that, in that same level of environment, env folder, we have created app folder, right? So that we have to create a package by creating this package file. So I'm going to open my the IDE. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. So that inside this app folder, if you click this new file creation, if you're using Visual Studio Code, it provides this facility. You have to go to that particular folder and click this new file creation. There we have to create our package file _init _.py. So we have created our package file now. So in this package file, so we are creating the package for our own application so that we can import this package for our app. So first thing, we have to import the Flask which we have installed for this environment, right? So for that we have to give this code from Flask import Flask. So this code, this command will import the Flask that we have installed. So the next command is going to be, we have to create a, so we have created a package. So that means we have, it is also, the Flask is also a package, right? So we are installing that. So this will have its own init py package, right? So we are importing that package in the new package that we are creating for this application. So it will act like a class, right? So now we have to create a variable to hold this object, right, to class. So for that, first we have to create a variable, and then we have to create an instance for the class that we have imported. So this will act like a class. Okay, so here we are creating an instance for the particular this class Flask. There we are passing this name. So this will act like a, this is actually a predefined variable. Okay, so we are passing this variable to this class, to this instance. So Flask would use this, class Flask would use the location of the module passed to create and open the app and get started with the application. So which is assigned to the variable app here. So this one is located in the directory app that we have created. So this app variable is instance of the class. So this one app is the instance of the class, this Flask. So this app is the instance and this Flask will act like a class. So in short, what we are doing, we are actually importing this Flask class package. If you hover over it, it will tell you what is this. This is a class. So in short, we are importing a class package and saving that instance in the app variable. Okay. And then to connect to API, we have to this app by default it has root folder. So from our own app, this app that is the instance, from that we have to import roots. I'll explain what is roots very soon. So first you have to import the Flask, and then you are creating an app instance, and in that app instance we are going to import the roots, which is going to connect our app to the URLs. So we are going to create roots file very soon. So in the roots file we are going to define all our view functions, which this view function will connect our package, our app, to different URLs, which is the response to this APIs. So the name of this I have given uppercase A, so that so some error. So I have renamed this app folder to API because this instance and this folder name should be same. So I have renamed it to lowercase app. So now, as I told you, we have to define view function so that the Flask will know how to map this app to different URLs, so that Flask know what logic that it should execute when a client requests a particular URL. To map it, we have to create a view function. So to create a view function, we have to create a file called roots.py file in the same level of this init.py, this package file. So here in the same folder, app folder, so in the same folder, make sure it should be in the same level of this init.py. So here you have to create a Python file and name it as roots.py. So this is where we are going to keep define all our view function. Okay, so Flask app will redirect the response to this particular page. So in this root spy, we have to import our own package that we have created, that is app, which is the instance, right? So that we have created in init.py. So that we have to import, and then we have to specify app.root at app root to connect it to the URL, different URLs, and then normally all the time it will first direct it to the index page. Okay, for any web page, it's a thumb rule. We have to create the first page should be the index page, right? So now we are going to define index. Define this index. So this is our view function. So this app.root at app.root is known as decorator. It creates the association between the URL that is associated with this roots and the view function that we are going to create. So it's known as decorator. So when there is a request from the browser for this API that we are creating, the Flask package is going to call this view function that we are going to define now. So for this first section, we are just going to display some message. So when this particular API is invoked, we just want to return this message. Welcome to Flask tutorial. And congrats on your first API creation. So this one, when this particular app is called, the Flask is going to direct the user. The browser will get directed to return this particular message. Okay, save this. So now we have our package ready and our view function holder roots ready. Now we need to complete this application. There should be a main Python script at the top level that defines the Flask application. So in this folder level, that is app and in environment, in this folder level, we have to, that means in the main folder, we have to create a new file. So if you hover over here and right click, you will get the option to create a new file. So here I'm going to create a main Python script and name it as flask app.py. So if you check your folder directory, you should see this file organization. It should be like this. This new Python script, the main Python script should be in the same level app folder and environment folder. It should not be inside this. The Python main script should be outside this in the same level of these folders. Okay. So in this main Python script, you have to import our package, our own package. So for that, as we know the command, from app import app. So we are importing our own package in our main script. Okay. So this command, what it would do, it will import the app variable that we have created. So this is the init package, which is a member of app package. So it will import this init py that we have, which is a member of the app package that we have created. Now we have to open our terminal window. There are multiple ways that we can do it. So now we have to connect this Python main script to run the app. So to do that, either you can just open the terminal window. So to open the terminal window, you have to click this and click new terminal. It will open your terminal window. Make sure that you are in the correct folder and then you are in your virtual environment. And after you confirm that, you have to type this in your the terminal window. set Flask app, this one, this Flask app.py, that is our main Python script that we have created. You have to assign it by using this command. So this command is for Windows user. If you're Mac or other user, you have to use this command. Instead of set, you have to say export. Okay, or else what you can do, you can create a new file in the venv folder, and then you have to type the following code. So here in this location, create a new folder and name it as Flask env. So here, instead of connecting it, setting it in terminal window, you can either do this. Here, let's create an app, Flask app. So we have created a variable. There we are passing this Flask app, that is our main script, main Python script. And then the environment is going to be development environment. So save this. So make sure this Flask environment should be in this level. Okay, I'll show it in the folder. So this .flask environment, which has this content, it should be in this level. Now we have all the package is ready, where we have imported Flask and we have created instance, and then we have our view function in our roots folder, that is our second file. Third file is our main script. Okay, and then here we have created we are combining this main script with this app. Okay, so with all these things, if we run Flask in the terminal window, so if you run, you will get this command. So it is running on your development server. It's your own your server. If you click this, so you can see we have connected our API. So if you remember, in our view function, in our roots function, we have created. So you can see, welcome to Flask tutorial. Congrats on your first API creation. So you can see this one is getting displayed here. So whatever is there in our view function, that will we have just displayed some message. Okay, that message is getting displayed here. So I'll recall what we have done. I'll review all those stuff. So first thing, we have created a package, the init package, where we have imported Flask. The first step is, first you have to open your terminal window and create a virtual environment, and then you have to install the packages that you need. So right now we need Flask, so I have installed the Flask, and then you have to create your own package for the app that you're creating. So for that, you have to first install the package that you need to run this app package. And then we are creating an instance, and then this one we are directing it to roots folder. So in the roots we have our view function. So whenever the browser gets the request, the browser will direct the page to this. Okay, right now we are directing it to just to display this message. So when you run your main script in Flask run, then it will direct it to this view function. So that's how, if you click your development server URL, you will get this message. So congrats on your first API creation. So in the next section, I'm going to teach you how to connect your app to a simple web page. See you in the next section. Thank you.